feel so nostalgic kind of looking at that. Wow.
Remember when we used to talk that way?
I know.
Boy, it's been a while, Alana.
I have the fear of missing out. I just keep seeing everything. Millions of Americans facing winter alerts, and we have one here in the Beehive State, but I guess that's better than none, so we'll take whatever we can get. Just quite the pattern this year. You're watching as a few flurries come down at Bryce Canyon. This is near Ruby's Inn, where we've seen periods of precip, a mix of rain and snow on and off. Live view from Zion National Park, where it's soggy. It's rain in the canyons. That's a really pretty shot, and Zion's always looking pretty. As we look at the forewarn radar, it shows that eastern Utah has some rain over I-70 towards Moab. Southern Utah from St. George extending up towards Grand Staircase, that snow level around 7,000 to 7,500 feet. And then in the north, not everything's hitting the ground, but you could see some light precip over towards Tooele County and then maybe in the high country. I mean, it's gloomy. We've got the cloud cover that's been out there all day. Here's our one winter alert for the La Salles and Abajos. While the central and southern mountains will pick up maybe 2 to 5 inches from this, 6 to 12 for this area. This winter weather advisory holds on until late tomorrow night when the system totally clears. Live view from Cache Valley, cloud cover out there, pretty shot from Logan. You know, we anticipated that the north wouldn't get a lot of moisture from this, and that's just the case as the low digs further south. But we have a cold front moving through overnight and into tomorrow morning. That's really going to bring that northerly flow. You see the last few hours with that moisture increasing. Those winds will chip away at this. The inversion conditions and inversion layer. Those northerly winds will hopefully weaken and clear. That's what we're hoping for. Moderate air still forecast for the Wasatch Front and northwestern Utah. Cleaner on the eastern side of the state and down south. We know that inversion will likely strengthen next week, so it would be nice if we could just clean it up for a day or two. Looking at our drought monitor, the newest percents came out yesterday. Weren't able to show them to you, but I wanted to today because that moderate category at 94%, that went up 1% since last week. We don't want to see any gains in this category in our winter months, but here we are, and we have our snowpack in a rough spot with a lot of red and orange on this map here, 62% of average. So we're excited. We're getting, even if it's minimal snow in the southern mountains, we'll take it. Temperatures in the 30s, getting cold, and that northerly flow will bring a bit of a bite with the cold temperatures. Highs tomorrow, it's going to feel chilly. It's going to feel like winter, which we haven't really felt. 30s on the eastern side of the state, 40s along the I-15 corridor and 50 in St. George right now. Dropping to freezing by ABC4 News at 10 with mostly cloudy skies out there. Black Desert Sky Cam shows the sun sneaking through, which we love. With a northerly flow, we get enhanced canyon winds or gap winds. Those are going to be noticeable by tomorrow morning. Here we are in St. George with higher numbers towards the canyons. We get those very gusty winds as the winds whip through the canyon and speeds up 41-mile-per-hour gusts into the afternoon. That northerly flow will definitely stick around heading into Sunday. We'll see those winds lessen just a little bit, but it will remain breezy. Futurecast shows the moisture right now pulling to the southeast, but you see how we have, that front that comes through overnight. Northerly flow behind it. Perhaps a few flurries in the mountains, maybe over the Uintas. Sunday morning, we'd like a little bit of precip. Dry after that with a quiet setup. We won't see the chance of precip until late next week. 30s for the highs tomorrow, so it's going to be a chilly Saturday for most. Bundle up. 30s and 40s on the eastern side of the state. Of course, we have the chance of seeing that wet weather. 52 in St. George. Below average for them. 54 is typically where they are. We've got low 50s with the morning chance of a shower and then those gap winds as we get Saturday into Sunday. Dry next week with numbers climbing. You headed to Sundance. It's going to be cold. Bundle up. Feel like everyone up there knows at this point you've got to really layer up. Looking at the Wasatch Front, slight chance that we maybe see a little bit of wet weather for tomorrow. It's going to be a chillier day. We stay in the 30s for our Sunday. And then as we get into next week, by Thursday, we have a slight chance. Millions of Americans facing winter weather, and we are like, well, we've got some cold air. It's winter. It's winter here.
What are we, chopped liver?
Yeah, I know. Share the snow.
In fact,